That feeling when you get your toddler to bed. Can't beat it. Oh yeah. Say hi to Noah.
Mr. Noah.
So this is baby Noah, and he's the latest addition to our family.
It's about 3 weeks old. And yes.
So we're about 3 weeks in now, as Evie said, and in this video we wanted to share with you what it's like transitioning from 1 kid to 2 kids. So it was definitely easier for us going from 1 to 2 than from having no kids to having 1. And the main reason for that is that when you've got no kids, your life is your own, right? And you're used to having all your time, your freedom, you can stay up late, sleep in, do whatever you want. But when you've already got 1, you're sort of used to not having all of those luxuries. You're used to the early mornings and things. So the second one arriving doesn't really change things that much, I would say. What do you think?
I think I would agree with that. The main thing is just that I think one of the main difficulties is that we're just used to our full night's sleep, like 9 or 10 hours, because Kira's, relatively good at sleeping through the night, and she has done for a while. And then now this little guy, to be fair, he's not that bad, but it ranges from like waking up from every 2 hours to 3 hours at night, and so we're waking up multiple times a night, and I think that's been just the most tiring bit.
So one difference is that Noah was born via a C-section in the UK. Kira was born naturally in Singapore, so quite a big difference there. And I think the difference between the hospitals in the 2 countries also has been massive, right?
I think over here we felt a lot more supported. I think that would be the main positive difference between the 2. Like every step of the way, there's always your team who are looking after you, making sure that you're safe and the baby's safe and healthy. Yeah. And I just didn't feel that way in Singapore.
No.
But again, that's a separate video.
You want to talk about that separately?
I think that's a separate.
All right, we have quite a lot to say about that, so we can sort of do that in a separate video. Yeah. All right then. So in terms of the actual delivery, how did you prefer sort of having a C-section versus natural birth? From my point of view, it was way better that you had a C-section this time, because instead of like all the angst coming up to it and being anxious and nervous, like when's he coming, all the contractions and all that, it was just like you've got a date and time, and especially because we were the first, or Evie was the first to be operated on the day. We literally showed up at like 7 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock she was in. So that was way better.
No, I was out by 9:30.
Yeah, that was better, right?
I think it was better, and I think you probably thought it was better because you didn't have to rub my back for hours, which I made you do with Kira.
What an uncomfortable chair, and then all these dads complaining that they have to sit in these horrible chairs while the mums get to lie on the bed.
Yeah, so you're only thinking about yourself, really.
Yeah, it was better. It was better. Definitely better.
I think so, and I think I recovered much more quickly from a C-section.
Much quicker.
Well, same thing, no?
Oh, okay, much more quickly.
Quick, just quicker. It was better. It was better recovery.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So I've read online that a lot of people find going from 1 to 2 kids much harder than going from 0 to 1. But I really feel that we've both found going from 1 to 2 a lot easier than we expected. But maybe that's because our expectations were kind of set quite.
Yeah, and one of the most challenging things with Kira, was the feeding. She didn't want to drink milk. She didn't want to eat anything. It was quite difficult.
Yeah.
Whereas this little guy happily putting weight on and drinking lots.
Yeah. So with Kira, she found it hard to breastfeed. Well, I guess I found it hard to breastfeed her. So in the end, I ended up pumping for an entire year, and it was just.
You want to avoid that at all costs.
No, it was horrible.
With this pregnancy, we already said like before he came, like if it comes to that, we're just not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean.
Because like the night process is bad enough, right? Like the routine in the night, waking up and feeding. When you have to go downstairs, put the sterilizer on, make sure they're clean, feed him, mix the formula.
Or make sure your pump parts are like clean for your next pump in like 3 hours time.
Yeah.
I think that was just a bit soul destroying the first time round. Obviously it's easy for Brett to say, like if he wasn't going to breastfeed, then we were just going to formula feed him the entire time, and that's fine as well. But I've always wanted to give them breast milk, whether it's pumping or actually breastfeeding, because it has benefits.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, so I think the mom guilt is there for me anyway. Whereas you probably don't really.
No, I don't. I don't care. Nah, but Noah's been breastfeeding, hasn't he? So happy days.
It's just made it a lot easier for us.
Way easier.
So that's just one major factor that we've found has helped a lot this time.
Yeah. One major one. Is there anything else that like you expect, like you've done it before, or it's all going to be the same, and it's not? So that's like one major one. What else? I guess like some things you sort of know what to expect, so you you can like deal with it better. So when Noah was born, we checked for his tongue tie immediately.
Oh gosh.
Saw that he had a tongue tie, and we actually got it sorted within his first 10
2
days.
weeks. Yeah, because I was really suffering.
So it was
extremely
affecting
painful.
Evie's breastfeeding, but also obviously it affects him not being able to suck as well. And Kira had that as well, and that was one of the reasons why she suffered, well, not suffered, but why she struggled to drink milk, and eventually when she was weaning she also struggled to eat, because we didn't find out about Kira's tongue tie until she was 8 months old. They didn't pick it up in Singapore, but they picked it up here straight away with Noah. And we got it sorted on the NHS actually within like 2 weeks, so that was super good.
Yeah, because we actually Googled as well on how to sort it out privately, and I think people wanted to charge like £200. Which is quite a lot of money just to...
Especially because like with Kira we got it sorted and we paid £70. We literally went to the clinic and he just cut it and it was done. Whereas like now, all the people I called, they were like, you have to have a consultation up front, and then you have to have the procedure done, and after the procedure you stay and we like help you like with the latching and all that sort of stuff. So it's like stuff that we didn't really want, but they all insisted that you had to have it. So it was like in the end when the NHS gave us our appointment, we got it sorted. That was all good, wasn't it?
Really quickly, and that just helped us a lot.
But to be fair, actually, during that NHS appointment, they did do like that initial like assessment.
Yeah, they had like an assessment.
And after they did like help you with the feeding. So although we thought when they were pricing that in the £200, it was like a rip-off, maybe it's probably money well spent. You know, if you're gonna, if your son or daughter needs a tongue tie, you can't get an appointment on the NHS for a month or 2 months or whatever. I would say it's definitely worth paying £200 to be able to get it done. Yeah,
definitely, because otherwise you're just in pain, and like I had to swap them to formula for a little bit as well. Overall it was sorted out quickly, so we're very happy.
For me as well, because we've already got Kira, and we all sort of agreed before Noah arrived that in times where they're both in need or both need attention, I'd take Kira and Evie would take Noah. And like in some respects, I think I made the right decision choosing Kira, but in some respects, I think I got the short straw as well. Because sometimes Evie's like just chilling on the sofa, holding him, hugging him, feeding him, whatever. And like me and Kira are just like going crazy, or Kira's getting crazy and I'm chasing after her, and we're in a paddling pool and she's getting dirty and she's getting sand in her hair and stuff like that. So pros and cons. So like one of the benefits of me being sort of looking after Kira more is that at night we've decided to split the sleeping. So I sleep in a separate room, and if Kira needs anything or wakes up during the night, I'll take care of that. Usually it's like once or twice a night. She used to be an amazing sleeper, but since Noah's come along, and that's something to point out as well. Since Noah's come along, I don't know if it's like anxiety or what, but she's not been sleeping as well, has she?
Sibling rivalry, maybe feeling a bit left out.
And like the fact that he's still downstairs with us when she goes to bed and stuff like that.
And she knows that we share a room with Noah now. And I think she thinks it's a bit unfair that she has to be in her own room. So it's just disturbed her sleep quite a lot.
So that's my problem. That's something I have to deal with now, and I'm quite happy about that, because it's like once or twice a night. And Evie over here is dealing with Noah.
No, but he's been already complaining that he's been tired from that. And that's like once a night, which is,
it's still more than what I'm used to, man.
Yeah, to be fair, it's worse than what you're expecting.
And I have more to do in the day than you, so it's definitely better for me to get my 8 hours.
So I think because this is our second kid, we kind of know the things we have to do to just make things easier for us in the day, which is we really don't need to be sharing a bed.
One of us needs to get good sleep. So
that's the priority.
Thankfully, that's me, and I'm very thankful for that arrangement.
But now we've run out of rooms in our house, so if we ever want to have another baby, we have to somehow magically...
What do you mean if we ever want to have another baby?
Third baby? Maybe?
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. So personally for Evie and myself, they're sort of the main transition points, but then for Kira as well, it's like her whole world has been turned upside down. She's not the little baby of the family anymore, is she? She's the big sister, so...
And I think it's very easy to feel a bit like guilty about that, maybe.
What, when you spend more time with him instead of her?
So at the moment we really try to, when she comes home in the evenings from nursery, which has made a huge difference as well, which I think is another reason why we found it easier going from 1 to 2. Because we're still not dealing with 2 of them at once.
But when we went from 0 to 1, we weren't either.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like Noah was at nursery when we had Kira. There was no first one.
I guess maybe what I'm saying is like her going to nursery has just made it a lot easier for us in general. Because it's just a lot of effort to keep her entertained with activities and...
So for her it's like, I think initially she might have just thought like,
he was temporary thing.
Yeah, like what is this? It was quite cute though when she met him in the hospital. We got her a little teddy, which she handed over to him, and we just thought she would walk into the room and just say no. Whenever we give her something new, she doesn't really like change. Whenever you give her something new or anything, she often
be like,
just says
no, and bye.
Yeah, and
bye.
she said bye to it. Yeah, but she didn't do that, did she? She was quite intrigued and wanted to give him a kiss. So
And
that was
tried
really
to put
nice.
his hat on him and
Took his hat off, I think.
oh,
Yeah, she
and
doesn't-
on.
She doesn't like hats.
and on.
Yeah. So that's
And now when he cries, she'll get concerned and try and pacify him, right? Give him her oat bar, which is her prized possession.
yeah. We've also got this like seat for him as well that he can sit in and it moves. And whenever he's in it and it's not moving and she starts moaning or anything, Kira will run over and turn it on and
Yeah.
start moving. So that's really sweet. So
It is.
I think she's starting to come to terms with the fact that he's permanent and he's going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, big changes for Kira, big changes for us. But overall, it's going okay, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're
and-
already
and
talking about having a
overall-
third.
Maybe I'm just trying to scare you.
Well done. You achieved that.
Also, when you've got your second child, your first child is sort of like a little bit of a helper. Like Kira's not the best at helping us, I know, but
Yeah. I know what
sometimes,
mean.
you know, like she picks and chooses her moments. Like if I
Yeah.
say like, "Can you get me some wipes?" She'll either be like, "Yeah," and then go and get it, or just completely ignore me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, now I don't have to completely rely on you to get stuff for me.
Mm.
Kira will pass me things.
Yeah, which is nice. But yeah, that's it really. This is the little guy. He's weighing 4.4 kilos now.
Yeah.
So he's like put on, what was he when he was born? 3.9. Then he dropped a couple
3.8,
of
yeah.
100 grams and now he's up to 4.4.
Mm,
So he's growing well. We're not having to worry about that this time,
Yeah.
which is nice.
yes.
I'm just excited to get him a bike, so I want to take him biking. Just need to wait a couple more years.
We might have to make another one of these videos when they're both a little bit older and see how that changes. Because obviously now it's, you know, he wakes up, he pees, he poops, he looks at us, goes back to sleep, drinks a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we're still in kind of like they're just challenging in different ways, I guess.
Yeah, I saw this video actually online once where it's like, having a baby doesn't change your life, you just take him wherever you are. Having a toddler changes your life because your life revolves around it. Like, the
Yes.
weekends are spent doing what they want to do when they want to do it, and it's like having a baby is not that.
This is it.
Not that
And
different,
this
so
is
yeah.
why when you look on TikTok or Facebook Reels or whatever, you see people who had their second baby in hospital chilling, thinking about their husband who's at home with their toddler.
So if you're thinking of having a second child, our advice, or our based on what we've experienced, would be like, just go for it. 'Cause it's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. Do it. Yeah. But we'll let you know in a couple of months, maybe a couple of months, yeah, how it's going. Maybe it will get harder, and we'll let you know. But yeah, thanks for watching. Noah says, bye bye.
See you guys next time. Oh gosh, what's that sound?